Coming to paperback and e-readers, John Haynes, 1987. Learn lessons about life and teenage love in the 1980s with this coming-of-age John Haynes story. Pre-order your copy of John Haynes, 1987 at online booksellers everywhere. One of my viewers had a series of questions regarding the plans to destroy men in society. Well, the first question he asks is, what is the end game to destroying men in society? And the answer to that is simple. A group of wicked, wealthy elites get control over our society. Now, the world was created by the Most High God, and the Most High God created in order to ensure that the world runs to his standard. And that order is that God, the creator of the universe, is the ruler of all. His son, the Messiah, is the ruler over the earth, and his steward, man, is the one who takes care of the operations of the earth day to day, and women are the helpmeets and servants of men, and the children are led by both the man and the woman. Now that is the order of the Most High. However, a small group of wicked, wealthy men and women do not like this order, and in order for them to try to get control over the earth, they look to follow Lucifer or the devil. And because these individuals want to follow Lucifer or the devil, the only way for them to get complete control over the world is to go out here and destroy God's stewards. And if they go out here and destroy God's stewards, which are men, they believe they can get complete control over the entire earth. And they believe they can steer the earth away from God's order and create a better order that would be able to serve their needs and allow them to control all of the resources of the earth. That's what they believe they can do if they go out here and destroy all of the men in society. And in an effort to go out here and supplant God's steward, which is man, what they want to do is go out here and create a substitute head. And the way they create a substitute head is by going and trying to manipulate the weaker vessel, which is woman. Now, I go in depth on all of this in my book, The Woman Crisis, and the ultimate goal that the wealthy elite want to do is create a new world order, which is controlled primarily with women as the heads of their order. Now, the woman they want to socially engineer isn't a woman who is designed to be a helpmeet that God created to serve the man. What they want to do is create a new kind of woman, and this woman is a feminist. Now, the feminist has a completely different mindset than a woman. A woman, again, was taken from the rib of a man to be at his side, and she's designed to be a helpmeet who actively goes out here to serve the man because she loves the man the same way Christ loves the church. And because she is designed to serve the man because she loves the man, what she wants to do is help the man be able to do God's work on earth. However, a feminist has a completely different frame of thinking, and this frame of thinking is programmed into her mind by her mother, who was indoctrinated into this ideology, and as she was indoctrinated into this ideology, she believes this is the only way she can actually have power. So what the feminist wants to do is she wants to go out here and submit to the authority of these wicked, wealthy elite men, and she's been taught to be afraid of having no power, and it's that fear that drives her to go out here and work towards destroying men and smashing the so-called patriarchy. Now, these feminists are brainwashed to believe that they are going out here and doing what is right, but they are actually following the orders of the wealthy elite who are looking to serve the devil. And they want to go out here and destroy men because what they want to do is go out here and destroy God's order. They believe if they go out here and destroy all of the men in society, the wealthy elite will be able to become the lords over the earth. And they believe that if they go out here and destroy all of the men on earth, what will happen is they can go out here and make the feminists the head of their order, and then have a group of weak, subjugated men in their society who will just go out here and do all of the manual labor, all while being submitted to the woman. And they want to create their own order again, and create this order where the men are just completely destroyed, where they're mentally broken, they're spiritually broken, and all of these men are just completely subjugated and placed in a submissive role under the woman. That is what they want to do. They want to destroy the man, because what men represent to the wealthy elite is the power of the Most High. Because as the stewards and the heads of God's order, the man was designed to think logically. Moreover, the man has a direct connection to the Most High, and it is that direct connection to the Most High that allows a man to go out here and follow the orders of God and get the instructions from God to do his work on earth. And what these elites want to do is go out here and destroy these men so that they will not be connected to God, and they won't have to follow God's orders. No, they want all the people submitted to the wealthy elite, and the wealthy elite want to go out here and destroy all men so that they can have a society that goes out here and doesn't have anybody to challenge their ideals or their ideas. Now, I said ideals and ideas because what these individuals want to do is have an ideal where everybody is submitted to them and everyone is seeing them as the gods, because they are the ones who control corporate America, and they are the ones who believe they control all of the resources. And because these individuals believe they control all of the resources, they want everybody submitted to them, and they want the women who are indoctrinated by feminism to subjugate and break these men so that they will never go out here and challenge their ideals and ideas. Because a man, again, can think logically, and a man can go out here with his intellect that was given to him by God and the guidance he's given by God to refute many of the ideals and ideas presented by the wealthy elite. So when you have a man, he will go out here and challenge him mentally. Moreover, he has the physical strength to go out here and challenge some of these wealthy elite. And as they're challenging these wealthy elite, they can push back on their ideals and ideas. And as they're out here, they can resist these ideals. And what these individuals who are wealthy elite, they want to maintain their economic and political power, because they know that if there are men out here, they can challenge them as related to things. And this is why we have things like wars. And what these guys want to do is create an order where they're never challenged, because they believe if they are never challenged, they can be able to make an earth that is absolutely perfect. And these individuals basically want to create their own so-called paradise, but they want to create their so-called paradise by making sure that God is not a part of the world. No, they are of their father, the devil. And because they are of their father, the devil, what they want to do is call themselves getting rid of God's steward. They want to go out here and destroy all of the men in the West. What they want to do is destroy those men, because they want to be able to maintain all of their power. They want to maintain the world as it is, and they want to have a smooth world that runs efficiently according to their standard. What they don't like is the fact that God has created men to go out here and do work to his standard, and they don't want to follow God's standard. No, the wealthy elite want to go out here and create their own world order. And as they create their own world order, they want the woman to come in and be their ideal worker, because they know that men have the mental capacity to challenge them and the physical strength to resist them. So what they want to do is break all of the men by socially engineering them to be weaker. And this is something that has been done ever since the 1960s, with the rise of the feminist movement and the social engineering of the beta male. Now, the beta male has always been a part of society, but what the wealthy want to do is socially engineer a man who is naturally less masculine, and they want to socially engineer a man who is less masculine because they believe if they socially engineer a less masculine man who is softer and is more in touch with his feelings, he will not be able to think critically enough to challenge him. Moreover, if his mind is focused on the distractions of the world and is caught up in trying to appease and please women, he will not be focused on having a direct connection to the Most High and the Messiah to receive instructions from them to do his work on earth. So that's why they want to destroy men of all races in society. They want to destroy those men because, again, when you have a large population of men and they hear about a policy that is detrimental to men, what those men are going to do is they're going to counter that policy by saying that they are against it. They're going to put up talking points that go against it, and they're going to use their physical and political power to resist it. And the wealthy elite, what they want to do is crush all resistance in a passive manner because they believe if they socially engineer a group of soft, emasculated men, those men will never rise to challenge them or try to take their base of power. So that's why they want to destroy men of all colors and races in society. And they believe that this is good for America because there won't be anyone to challenge them. And they believe since there won't be anyone to challenge them, they can run the world and maintain access to all of the world's resources. This is what they want to do. And they go out here and use the plan of divide and conquer. They try to have men fighting each other. Like in the black community, they have the men worshiping the women. And as the men worship the women, they fight each other instead of working together. Now, the viewer also asks, how is discouraging men from being involved with women for the good of our society if we no longer have families and family structure? Well, they want to destroy the family structure because the family was created by God, and since the family was created by God, the family follows the man as the head. And what they want to do to destroy the family is, again, use the feminist indoctrinated woman to be the head of their order. And this is where we get the whole concept of the independent woman. The independent woman is somebody who is dependent on the elite in a codependent relationship. And because she believes that the corporate elite have all of the power over her job, she looks to submit to the corporate boss. And as she looks to submit to the corporate boss, what she's looking to do is go out here and follow that corporate boss and see him as the one who is her Lord. And as she's seeing this corporate boss as the Lord, she doesn't want to follow the man, and she doesn't want to follow the man as the head, because as the head, the man is the one who follows God. And what the corporate bosses want the woman to do is have all of this fear of losing her job if she challenges them, that she will not challenge their order or their instructions. So what they want to do is discourage men and women from coming together, because when men and women come together under God, men and women come together under God to form families, and those families follow God and do what he says. Now, the corporate bosses and the wealthy elite don't want men following God because that's bad for their profit margin, and because these men fear going out here and losing money. They fear that if men are out here, they can not only not support their products, but they can also do things like form unions to go out here and challenge these companies in order to get things like better wages, better working conditions, and go out here and have some sort of standards. And these are the things that the wealthy elite don't want men to do, because when men are involved with women, they go out here and they are heads of household. And again, women will follow men, but feminists don't want to follow men. So what they want to do is drive a wedge between men and women. And as they drive the wedge between men and women, they go out here and create this new order as related to their standard. And that order is you have a feminist controlling the home, and she's the one who goes out here and works and does labor for them. And she then teaches her girl to be an ideal worker for their order instead of looking to be a helpmeet to a man. And many of the males become these soft beta males, and these beta males are just discarded by society. And that's done by design because they don't want a group of men to rise to go out here and push back. No, they want the men to be put in a subjugated role. And again, this is good for the wealthy elite, because the wealthy elite believe that they can go out here and get power over society and maintain power over society. If you discourage men from being with women outside of, as related to building a marriage and a family, they believe that they can continue to maintain their order, and they believe that they can go out here and maintain their order by just going out here and having the women basically doing the labors for them. As they get the women to do the labors for them, they believe they can get somebody who can do the work of a man and also go out here and birth the children. And they believe they can do this and have the woman go out here and run everything. And as they have the woman running everything, they can create a whole population of consumers, because as the population is following the lead of the woman, the direction is that they're going to go out here and be these consumers for corporate America and be the laborers who do the work for corporate America. Now, the viewer has one more question, and that is, how is destroying men as far as the workforce going to do us any good as a country, and what is the end game to that? And it's not going to do us any good as a country, because when you have no men, you actually have nobody there to go out here and protect you. Now, the wealthy elite believe if they go out here and brainwash and subjugate all of the people and place them in this feminist order, they will continue to maintain control. They believe that if they go out here and have it where all of the women are basically subjugating all of the men, they will be able to maintain power, because they will be the only ones who have all of access to the controlling the resources, and they will be able to dictate to the women, because women are natural followers. This is what they believe. They believe that if they go out here and have the women subjugating the men, they will have nobody there to go out here and create business that compete against their businesses. They believe that there will be nobody there to challenge their authority. They believe that there will be no one there to challenge their order, and they will be able to go on building an empire as related to their new world order. They believe that if they have gotten rid of all of the men, there will be all these people who will just be in a second-class status, submitted to the feminists. And as they're submitted to the feminists, they will be able to have a world that goes on forever without any man to go out here and challenge you. Now, this is a foolish notion from these people, because these people, they have a fear of losing access to their resources, and what they want to do is create a perpetual empire that goes on forever under the devil, believing that if they control all the resources, there will be enough resources for them. But what these individuals don't understand is that the Most High made the world in His image, and the world is always going to go on in His image. Now, what really drives these elite is their fear of losing everything that they've built, losing their legacy on this earth. And like it said in the Psalms, these individuals think that they want to have their names going on forever. However, they never understand the Psalms 24 verse 1, which says the earth is the Lord's and the fullness thereof. And with the earth being the Lord's and the fullness thereof, there is no need to fear having not enough resources, because the Most High is the provider of all resources. But these individuals fear losing control over those resources, and they fear losing control over those resources that they were blessed with, because they fear that God will raise new stewards to replace them. And these wealthy elite, they believe that they want their names to go on forever, and they want to be the ones in power forever. And because they want to maintain that control, that they're afraid of losing, what they want to do is create their own kingdom on this earth that goes on forever. But that whole frame of logic is completely illogical, because again, the Most High God is the one who is the master of all resources. He is the creator of all, and he has his son, the Messiah, who is the one he put in charge of the planet. And these individuals believe that if they control the Earth's resources, they can prevent from there being a lack of resources. But there's nothing they can do, because again, if you read Psalms 24 verse 1, the earth is the Lord's and the fullness thereof, and wicked men cannot control what is on earth. No, it is the Most High and the Messiah who control the earth, and the Messiah has already overcome this world, and this world is only temporary. But these individuals, they believe the foolish notion that they are the masters of the earth, when in actuality they are controlling a fiefdom. And that fiefdom can be easily shattered by the Messiah and the Most High, like a potter's vessel. And a lot of these wealthy elite don't know how fragile their power base is. A lot of them think they're going to destroy man, and they're going to have a work and labor force that's going to be completely dependent on them. And what they want to do is subjugate all of the workforce and labor force by making women the heads of their order, because they know that even though a feminist is a woman, she will go out here and again look to follow the wealthy elite men, and she will look to follow those wealthy elite men, not understanding that she is following a group of wealthy elites who just want to subjugate her and want to be able to pay her pennies on the dollar. Whereas if there were men out there, they would be getting the most money, because they would not only challenge the ideals and ideas of the elite, they would also push back physically with organization like unions, and they would also push back physically by refusing to do any labor. And they would use this leverage to go out here and ensure that they would be able to have a stable life where they could live a high quality of life. However, when you have feminist indoctrinated women in charge, what happens is the feminist indoctrinated woman, she looks to follow the man. Moreover, she looks to covet the power of those wealthy elite men, and she looks to go out here and create covert contracts where she believes that if she compromises herself, she can go out here and be able to share in that power and be able to build a family with those wealthy elite. And because she's looking to make those compromises with the wealthy elite, she believes that she is going to be able to maintain the power of the elite, not understanding what the elite want to do is put her in a second-class status and put the feminist in a second-class status so that they can continue to maintain their power in a codependent relationship. Whereas when their man is in charge, there's an interdependent relationship, and in that interdependent relationship, both the man and the woman receive benefits, and those who want their labors have to do things on their terms. So what they want to do is destroy all of the men and have them subjugated in the role of less than a pet, because they don't even want the man to be in the role of a child. They basically want the man to be under the pets, and they want the males to be powerless. And that's where a lot of the beta males are right now. They feel completely powerless, and again, they think that this is going to do good for the country, because what they want to have is their smooth world. What the wealthy elite want is a world where they have no fear of ever being challenged. They want a world where there's no fear of anybody ever having any sort of power, which is the thing behind Klaus Schwab's statement, you will own nothing and be happy. They want no one to own anything, and they want everybody to just be under them, and they want them to just accept the life that they want them to have. This is what the elite want people to do. However, God is the one who is in control, and with God being the one in control, he did give men ownership. And again, as the stewards of the earth, we do own the earth, and we have been given that ownership by the Lord. And again, that ownership is the thing that gives men incentive to do work. It gives men incentive to go out here and possess the land. And again, the Most High gave men this power, but the elite want to take that power. But you can never take from a man what God has given him, and what God has given him is power. And again, all it takes is men going out here and seeking out the Most High. And again, you cannot destroy men. You can try, but again, what God has made, no man can go out here and break. And again, what God puts on the earth, nobody can destroy. And again, this is what makes the fallacy of trying to destroy men, because you need men to go out here and be on earth, because it is men who go out here and build. It is men who go out here and do God's work. And that's what the wealthy elite don't understand, is that if you don't have functional men who follow God, your society isn't going to progress, because every man on this earth is going to die. And like it states, I believe in the Proverbs, that you don't know who you will be, your heirs. And you could have a group of heirs in your wealthy elite who could be a group of fools, and they could basically destroy everything. And this is what flies over the heads of these wealthy elite who go out here and do the bidding of Satan. These individuals sit here and believe they are going to be able to have the earth for generation after generation. They believe that the earth is going to continue going on under their so-called efficient order, and they believe that they're going to have everything going their way. But what they don't understand is that the devil that they serve is a destroyer, and he comes to kill, steal, and destroy. And if you destroy the men in your society, your nation is going to fall. And your nation is going to fall because, as the stewards of the earth, men are the protectors of the earth and the nations that they are a part of. And if you destroy your men, you destroy your covering as related to protection, and you destroy the people who can go out here and fight your battles and fight your wars, because a beta male is just not mentally equipped to do this kind of work. And we see this with all of the mass shootings and all of the suicides. Many of these males are not equipped to have discipline and resolve to go out here and fight to defend something. No, many of these males are cowards and cannot fight, and your feminist indoctrinated woman doesn't have the physical strength or the mental capacity, because women are emotional. So what the elite want to do is create a new order, but that new order is as fragile as tissue paper, because if your women are the ones out here, yes, they are good workers, but they are not protectors, because God made the man to be a warrior, and he made the man to be the one to protect a society. And again, if you have no men to protect you, your society is ripe and open to invasion. The same way the Roman society, while it was considered to be the ultimate ideal as a society, and there were wealthy people out here, and women just doing whatever they wanted, and people participating in all sorts of alternative lifestyles, there was nobody there to guard that society from the Visigoths and Ostrogoths, who basically invaded that country when they saw that there were no men around to protect it. Because Rome had a group of beta males who were just used to their decadence and their lifestyle, which is what the elite want to have. They want to have their decadence and their lives, not understanding outsiders see your society as weak, and they see a feminist as somebody who could not go out here and protect that society. Yes, she can go out here and do labors for the elite, but she cannot protect that society, and she also cannot allow that society to grow, because again, men were designed to be logical thinkers, and as logical thinkers, they have imaginations that can innovate and create. And again, as natural builders a man can go out here and improve on a society and take it to the next level. That is another thing that is naturally wired into men, is the ability to go out here and build, whereas a feminist cannot, while she can work, she cannot build because she's emotional, and because she's emotional, she cannot go out here and sequence to go out here and build, nor can she critically think in a lot of cases. Everything with her is feelings, and again, you cannot grow anything on feelings. You cannot build discipline and resolve on feelings. That is only done when somebody learns how to control their emotions, and controlling your emotions is how you go out here and have the ability to go out here and build, because building requires you have to have ability to understand that everything is done in steps, and you have to continue going on and persevering. And this is what a natural trait in man, because a man is a natural builder. He will start with stage 1 and then go to stage 2 and then continue following those steps. And even if he has setbacks, he will continue to persevere. Whereas a feminist indoctrinated woman, she thinks she can do things like a man, but she's never been designed to be this. And again, this is why she is the weak link as related to any sort of society, and that's why you never want to put a woman as your head, because she will be your Achilles heel, and she will be your Achilles heel. And this is what is going to happen in the West. You have all of these companies and businesses that are a part of the wealthy elite. They believe that they're going to have an ideal as related to this woman, but this woman has an Achilles heel in her feelings, and she also has an Achilles heel in her covetousness, and she will compromise with another group of men if she believes they will get her some sort of power. And that is what undermined the Roman Empire, and it also undermined many empires that went out here and looked to empower their women. There was no base of men to protect them, and as the women saw these men power base start to weaken, they made compromises with those men to control, to become a part of their order. So the wealthy elite believe that if they destroy the men, they will have a perfect world, but that perfect world would be undermined by the women that they want to make the ones in charge of everything. Because like when Eve was tempted by the serpent, she was tempted because she was a weaker vessel, and as a weaker vessel, she's the one who can undermine any of these, any society. And again, these guys don't understand that they're building a society on sand, not the rock that Jesus created in his order. The rock that the Messiah created in his order is one that will not be broken, because it's rock solid, and the rock solid order he created and the rock solid kingdom he created cannot be broken, not even by the gates of hell. And these guys who are a part of the elite are part of those demons, and those demons cannot challenge the Most High at all. No, while they may have a time and a season with their little master plans, their whole plans will come to naught, because again, they can all easily be dashed like a potter's vessel by the Messiah, and they will never prevail. Again, you can try to destroy what God has created, but you will always fall. All of it will be torn asunder, because again, these individuals are not the Most High. These individuals are not the Messiah. They do not know about the world. And again, you cannot challenge the Creator and everything He created, because the challenge to everything that the Creator created will always lead to you failing, because you don't know how things work. And that's what these individuals don't understand about trying to destroy men. If you destroy men, you're not going to be around for much longer, because the wealthy elite don't understand their life is in God's hands, and the Most High and the Messiah can easily take their lives, and they're not going to be around much longer. So you have a lot of these wealthy elites, they're thinking, oh, I'm going to be here forever, not understanding their forefathers thought the exact same thing, and everybody has to die on this earth. And again, you don't know if you're leaving anything to a fool. And again, when I think about their world and their ideas, it's just stagnant, because I look at the culture that they have, it's just basically going nowhere. And again, you destroy the men, and you destroy the innovation, you destroy the creativity, you destroy all of the things that make the world progress, because it is again God's steward, the man who he designed to be the builder. He designed him to be the inventor, he designed him to be the innovator, and he designed him because he wanted him to do his work and supervise his work on earth. And when you go out here and usurp the men, you usurp the progress of the earth, and you stagnate it, and that's why we have people making the same movie 3 and 4 times, or the same TV show over and over again. Yes, the world is smooth, but it's going nowhere, and it's going nowhere because these individuals are stuck in a vicious circle that prevent any sort of growth, because as their feminists are in charge, what happens is these women are not creative, they're not builders, they're not inventors. And again, when you destroy men, what you do is eventually destroy your society, because your society just can't go anywhere without a group of men to lead it. Now, I'm hoping this answers the question of the viewer and the series of questions they ask. I'm hoping this breakdown helps them understand why we need men, because destroying men is how you prevent a society from growing, and how you prevent a society from functioning in any way, shape, or form. Now, this was a video requested by one of my viewers, and if you want to request a video, you can send a donation to the Cash App, the PayPal, or the Patreon, and if I know something about that subject, I will make that video for you. And if you want to pick up some of my positive fiction on the SJS Direct imprint, like the ISIS series, the E-Steam series, the John Haynes series, and the books of the Spinsterella trilogy, you can find those books on Amazon.com, along with my vampire novel Eternal Night, my sorority novel The Thetas, and my nonfiction books like The Woman Crisis and The Man Crisis. You can find all those books on Amazon.com in paperback and Kindle format. You can also find them at other online booksellers like Smashwords, the iBook Store, Google Play, Barnes & Noble, Walmart, and Target. That's all I have to say for this video. You can comment, rate, and subscribe. Now available in paperback and e-readers, John Haynes, Godbreaker. The man who rules the world takes on the Asgardian god of thunder in this action-packed, all-new John Haynes series adventure. Get your copy of John Haynes, Godbreaker in paperback and e-readers at online booksellers everywhere.